Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game. Very high level game today between Suojeluskunta on his trademark Berlin Command, the OG Berlin Command player. And he's going up against Griffin65 on First Spanish, which we have seen before on the channel. I'll link that in the description. He faced me on HDR. So we'll go through the deck reviews, then we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments of the game, and as always, timestamps in the description. Right, so this is the deck review for Suojeluskunta, and he's playing Berlin Command, his historic division. Of course, everybody's heard of, Pasta playing as Berlin Command, but before Pasta there was Suojeluskunta, who has several hundred games as Berlin Command, a really big Berlin Command fan. When Rugener came out, he switched to Rugener. Basically, he just only plays crap divisions, and then he gets upset that his division is bad. So this is more of a deck learning than a deck review, because there's really only one other person in the game who has played as much Berlin Command as this guy. So, and it's not me. So we'll go through it tab by tab. First things first, right? We got a Hilo supply, which is really surprising because that is crap. It's really slow, and I don't understand why he's done that. And he's also gone for the VAB PC at 100 points 2 per card instead of the M577 at 40 points. Right, you can buy 2 of these and save 20 points for the price of one of these. So I don't understand why he's done that, because if you need them out fast at the start, surely you could just get this one in the Humvee, because that goes at 100, and it's also cheaper than this. So I don't understand why he's done that at all. In fact, it makes absolutely no sense to me. He could have got, if he wanted, he could have got like a 3 per card one, right? And this is, more HP, and this is faster. Obviously, this has some armor on it, but I'm just really, really surprised at that choice. Like I said, he's played hundreds, if not thousands, of games of Berlin Command, but this makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. For me, this would be the Bedford supply, and this would be this. So I'm quite surprised by that. Then we've got up-vetted 762s, which I'm also flabbergasted by. Only one card of ATGMs. He doesn't bring the Milan 1, right? Usually people bring the Milan 1 and the Milan 2 and this down-vetted. So none of this makes any sense to me at all. And then we've got 2 infantry CVs, right? He's paying 3 AP for this. He could instead get 2 more tanks, because that's also 3 AP. Or he could get 2 more things here. So like instead of this, for example, 2 infantry CV in a 90km/h truck, right? Instead of that, he would get 3 AP, and then he could get, 2 CVs and another supply. None of this makes any sense. Or he could get like the Stingers as well, and let's say, okay, he doesn't use the Stingers that much. Well, okay, 6 here, right? 3 plus 4, there you go, and now you've got the same amount of man pads, and you get this CV. And none of this makes any sense. None of this makes any sense whatsoever. It just doesn't make any sense. Why is that there? Why isn't that this one? Why is that there? Why isn't that this? It's nonsensical. I don't understand it. Why is this updated? This makes sense, right? 1 vet with the DMR. This makes sense. You got to bring the 2 cards of recoilless rifles. That's core. Flash is back in vogue now, right? The satchel days are coming to an end. As people's micro gets better, the flash is good if your micro's good. And these satchels you can't vet anyway, so, it's either 4 flamethrowers or 5 flash, so... And then, yeah, the Milan, but no Milan 1, like, this is bizarre, it's bizarre. Then he brings the towed howitzers instead of the self-propelled ones, right? So he's got to tow these around all game. Now, admittedly, if you have thousands of games on a single division, you get pretty good at doing that. And then self-propelled mortar for smoke, he goes for the wheeled one over the tracked one, because it's faster, and that's something I agree with. Tanks, CEV's really good. As people's micro gets better, they're starting to understand the CEV, right? I used to sleep on it as well, but as I've been playing the game more, it's like this thing's actually really good because it can survive a hit from a TOW 2 and then it just bonks you. So it basically can't be one shot by anything except like a plane, right? And so that's really good. The Meep over the Chieftain makes sense. And then, yeah, this is your anti-infantry because it's got the autocannon and so on. That's why people don't bring the Rod and there's not much of a point. Then he brings 2 cards of the Humvee TOW 2 as opposed to like 1 card of the P4 Milan or whatever, but it can make sense having lots of TOW 2s. And then, yeah, the Chieftain at 1 vet, and then the Meep at no vet, which is quite surprising as well, because that will take 7 minutes to get its cohesion back. But I guess if he's mega gaming, then he can put it next to a tank CV to upvet it by 1. You know, while it's in recovery, you can reverse it into another CV. But yeah, I'm flabbergasted by this deck. He's upvetted his Foxes, so that's like another 2 AP that he could have spent somewhere else, right? And given that, you know, like this was 1 AP, so if he doesn't need the extra CVs, right? Let's say he still wants 6 CVs or whatever, then he would have 1 AP here, and then 2 AP here, and then that would give him 3 AP, and then he can get, you know, the Seed to protect his Nighthawks. I mean, it's not very good, frankly, so I can understand why he doesn't bring it. But, like, he could also get, you know, there you go, more CVs. I don't understand why he's built the deck the way he has. It's very strange to me. But, yeah, this at Nova does tend to miss a lot. Like, I understand that. But this is the chance of hitting once in 5 rounds, and it doesn't actually go up that much, so... These guys have very good optics, and then this actually has very good optics as well when it stood still because it's got the security trait, so it goes up by 1. And then the Pissy B, who are very nice as a squad, they've not got airborne forward deployment, sadly. So like he could have brought the snipers instead. Like there's so many different things he could do than what he has done. AA, obviously I messed around with this, right? He only had 1 card of Minstrels at Novet. Now it's a bit different. And yeah, the FSA, I'm surprised he wants 8 of those as opposed to 5, right? Do you really need 8 of those? Maybe you do. And then the Pivads, which, okay, he wants at Novet, so he could use it to kill infantry, I suppose. You got the CEV for that, so I personally would upvet this and upvet this, especially with the extra stingers I've just bequeathed upon him, and that'd probably be at 1 vet instead of 2 vet. Yeah, Hellarm and Rocket, you don't have many choices there, do you? And then, yeah, Fighter, which is trash, and then Bomber, which is okay. This is pretty decent, I suppose. Noophawk. Some people like this over that Bomber, but this can kill a heavy tank if it gets a good drop on it. It can kill 2 armor tank. I don't know about a 3 armor tank. It's not a bad piece of kit. But yeah, what a crazy deck. What a crazy deck. Obviously, I've not saved the changes, but like, it's so strange to me that he brings this. And then he upvets this. Then he doesn't bring the Milan 1. And then he upvets the Foxes, which costs him 2 AP. And that, you know, these are the way they are. It's very strange to me. Anyways, opponent's playing first Spain. And this is Griffin. He likes to play the meta. He's a very accomplished player. Likes to play the strong divs, and he does a good job of it. So it's a bit one-sided, really. You'd expect Griffin to just kind of stomp it. And yeah, this is a very normal first Spanish deck. There's absolutely nothing out of the ordinary here. So 3 cards of supply. Although, yeah, not bringing this is quite strange. And instead he's brought this. Well, hang on, what's going on here? Why is it 47 out of 50? Oh, I know why. Yeah, there was a little hotfix that changed this, so that will have been in there. That's the only thing that's changed, so that will have been in there basically. I don't see what else it would have been. But yeah, I mean, we'll see in the game, right? Yeah, usually people bring this, but 3 cards of supply can make sense if you want these firing all game. C90, C90. So these are just better than the regular ones now. Because they're the same price, even though this one has... So, like, an MG is like 2 rifles, sort of. I mean, it's slightly better than 2 rifles. It's somewhat better than 2 rifles, okay? It's 2 point something rifles. But 2 is close enough, and so if this goes up to 11 and gets a better rocket launcher, then it is just better. So this should really be, this should be 50, basically. But then, you know, Jaeger, regular Jaeger. Zappadors are really nice because they get a very nice vet curve, 10.75, whereas everybody else is getting like 8.4 or 8.5, so you can get 5 at 2 vet instead of 1 vet. The point is the SMGs are better than rifles at close range. There are people who think they aren't, and they're just wrong, basically. If you get this at close range, it beats the rifle, definitely. It's just some of them are better than others. If they had MP5s, the accuracy would be double, so for whatever reason, the MP5 is just way better than all the other ones. Then, yeah, the PP and the PP lag with the grenade launcher, that's all very normal. The fact that he doesn't bring this in the ATGM one is a bit strange to me, but there it is. Because, yeah, don't you want an extra ATGM? And then the Milan one as well in the ATGM one is usually what I do, so this would be filled up. And for whatever reason, he wants 2 infantry CVs. I suppose they've got smoke and stuff, right? 3 AP, 3 AP. I suppose it makes sense. It's only 20 points, 25 points more. It's just if he wants to put a CV with his arty, well then he's fresh out of luck, isn't he? Because what's he going to do? Put these guys next to them and follow them around? Or put a 155 point CV tank next to them? I suppose you can, but... Whereas this would obviously, you know, buy 2 at the start, that sort of thing. So yeah, RT, mortars, you get the wheeled one, right, it's like the other one. For whatever reason, this doesn't have smoke on it, even though it's got smoke on the launcher. Which is weird, because like the British one has smoke on it, and it has smoke on the launcher. But, well, whatever. This thing at 2 vet is quite surprising, given that this is your only thing that can survive Milan 2s. So I'm surprised he would bring it at 2 vet. Especially given how few tanks you get in this div. I do find that quite surprising. And that, incidentally, is why he's loaded up on CV tanks. Because you kind of need to. And yeah, Totoon, you can see this does have the smoke, and there's the smoke. This thing, I think, is unadulterated dog shit. I just don't see the point in it when you've got this anyway. It's just, you know, I don't have enough tanks for, well... So you're just going to bring something that's crap. Okay. Your funeral. Jeanettes. This thing has exceptional optics for 20 points, so people like it for that purpose. I prefer 4 more Vex. So I can shoot people in the face. And yeah, the Jeanettes at 1 vet in the PP Recon and Recon Helo. This thing we're assuming is in there, right? And then this, even though it has radar, cannot be hit by Seed because it's just broken and they never bother to fix it. It's the same with the one in MBAD, which this is, basically. I mean, it might look a little bit different, but I believe the stats are identical. This is at 2 vet, which is obviously sensible. It's funny, the guy doesn't like me very much, but you can tell he watches my videos. So I do tell people to do this. It's because this one's already at 2 vet, right? Whereas this is the single one. Sorry, 20% accuracy. 20% accuracy. Whereas this starts at 10, and the 20% is the chance to hit per bullet. Whereas here, it's the chance to hit in 10 bullets. So you see how much this increases. I guess it's the same for the Fox. No, because the Fox is per salvo, because that's an autocannon. So you see, that's why this is at 2 vet, right? And it's the same reason this should be at 2 vet. Because this is actually way higher, because the chance to hit once in 6 bullets goes up a lot. I mean, it doubles, basically. And how many of these do you really need? I personally just prefer this. And I just tow it around like a Luddite. If I want to shoot somebody, I just unload it in their face and shoot them. And I actually I believe I bring this at 1 vet. And the idea is this goes at 18 kilometers an hour, which is the speed of a manpad. Whereas, you know, this goes at 9. Of course, the solution is, well, this goes at 65. But it gets outranged by ATGM helos. whereas the ground one won't, and this won't. Its transport will, but it won't. This specifically won't. This at no vet and that at no vet, I'm quite surprised by, especially if you've got you know, this. He puts these in the forest as well. I've played against him on first Spanish, and that's what he did. So this I'd have at one vet. I mean, do you really need 11 RTP, 11 long range AA? Especially if you've got this to help you deal with the helos. Why do you need 6 of these? So I'd have that at one vet. And this I'd probably leave at no vet, because it's really not very good. If I was to bring it, which I don't bring it. So yeah, this at one vet, this at two vet, and then he upvets his fighter, which is just not a good idea at all. It really isn't. In exchange for 8% ECM, it's more like 10% because it's something else, right? It's called evasive maneuvers, not ECM, and it's subtractive instead of multiplicative, so it is more than 8 on the ECM scale. But you lose a whole fighter, and it still might just die in one hit. So, I mean, you know, if you're a professional gambler, go for it, but I don't think that's a good idea. And then I actually bring this instead of the HE one, because as great as it is to be able to nail an infantry in the open, this will still suppress the crap out of him, and you use it to kill helicopters. This is your anti-helo, because it's just as good at killing helicopters as this is. Because they don't have guns, right? And it's just as good as this is, and this is, right? The alternative is you bring another AT plane. But yeah, I don't understand the professional gambling mindset. I don't think that's a good idea, really. What does that say?
Oh, it's in Spanish. Advencia.
Interesting. Let's cast the game. Right, so with that out of the way, yeah, it was the tanks, as you can see. It was the tanks. So, yeah, this div's way better than this div. And in many ways, Spanish counters Berlin Command, because these tanks are pretty good against infantry. Not this one specifically, the main ones, which he's not bought yet, because they've got 2 machine guns. Not this one either. They've got 2 machine guns. And so 2 HMGs and an MMG, so 3 machine guns. And they're very, very effective against infantry-heavy compositions. The disadvantage is that Berlin Command gets TOW 2s on the Humvees, and the TOW 2s will one-shot all of the Spanish tanks. But overall, Spain is better than Berlin Command. I mean, it really is. The fighters should kill the Nighthawk no problem. The Gazelle cannon beats the Gazelle rocket, for example. And the tank should clean up the infantry quite well. The only sticking point is the Humvee TOW 2. So, looking at the deployments, we've got Griffin here on the left, with on the red team, sorry, and on the left he's got some Jeanettes. I'm quite surprised by how conservatively he's opening with those. His opponent doesn't have airborne forward deployment, and well, I mean, he does if he brings the sniper, but it doesn't really count. And this thing's got a 50 cal on it and 1 armor and smoke, so he should be fine to just go straight up to here, right? Or here's the good one, because you can see all the way down there. So I'm quite surprised by how conservatively he's playing there. And then a conservative VEC and a conservative AMX-30. So he's playing very conservatively. He's just basically just given up Echo, which is quite surprising. So yeah, CV and then the 2 VEC gay boy. Then in the middle for Delta, which is a +2, he's got 2 Jeanettes, also conservatively deployed. A gay boy and an AMX-30E. No ATGM's quite surprising, actually, because if somebody did push this, he wouldn't... Like, basically, he needs the Milan 2 infantry here, or that BMR CC TOW. If you put that on this, it can fire a TOW 2 all the way down there, which is pretty nice, right? CV for Charlie Delta. So he's opened 3 CVs here. And then we've got a big YOLO push with an Exceptional Optics Jeep, backed up by a VEC, a Jeanette, and 3 AMX-30 EM1s, which are the recon tank from the deck review. It's got 19 pen, but the minimum range. But 19 pen is high, man. That's really good. So, yeah, big attack, but no AA. no AA in this. So if his opponent buys a, a Gazelle, sorry, a Lynx Hellarm or something, should just be able to kill all this. I mean, the auto cannon and the 50 cals will kill it if it gets too close, but apart from that, it's like a 0 AA composition. Maybe he's bought a fighter. Then on the right, we got a Jeanette, a Vec going all the way around on the right. I'm not sure why he's doing that, when he could just go down this road. Maybe he's worried that there'd be somebody in here, but he would still pass that. I don't understand why he's done that. Doesn't make too much of a difference. And then we've got a gay boy here, and a CV, and then a HR-15. So that's the autocannon one at 2 vet. Switching to his opponent, we got Berlin Command here. Very strangely made deck, but I wouldn't go as far as to say it's wrong, because obviously he's played way more Berlin Command than me. But there's just a lot of decisions that I don't really understand. So yeah, we got Pissy B coming down here, so he's abandoned Delta, he doesn't care about it at all, and he's going hard on Echo. So this is a pretty funny thing, because they're going to basically pinwheel on each other, right? Red's going to take Bravo, and Blue's going to try and take Foxtrot, although Foxtrot is reasonably well defended, right? So double Harrier opener, because he's expecting the standard Spanish opener, which is basically 4 of these. One down each road just to kill everything. So this would clean that up, but it's obviously not there, as you can see. And then we've got a Recon Helo with 4 Gazelle rockets and a Lynx Hellarm behind it. This is 6 per card, so he's not bought all of them. And yeah, the Hellarm, and you see you switch the Hellarm to low altitude here. Well, that might be a land command, actually. Helicopters can fire when landed, by the way, if you didn't know that. I should do a guide on it, but I mean, what is there to say? It's just that. SCB coming down here. And then the big blob consists of what exactly? 2 7.62s, which he brings at 1 vet, a Milan 2 in the VAB Milan, Berlin Rifles who have LOR 80s, 2 Humvee TOW2s, another Milan 2, a Pivads, and an AMX-30B, which incidentally is similar to the one the Spanish get, except the French one is slightly better because it's got an autocannon. And this is 5 points cheaper as a result, right? But this has an autocannon, so it is better. So let's cast the game. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners. Generously joining the channel, they get their names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. One join at the lowest levels worth 2,000 views, so if you're feeling bad about your ad block, it's a great way to support the channel. Otherwise, please just like the video, it's free. So as you can see, these Harriers' air optics really isn't very good. He didn't see that until he got to about here. This Harrier's about to get routed. The issue the Harriers have is that they suck balls. They are terrible. But if there's 2 of them, they can beat 1 enemy fighter, because it depends on the RNG, right, and how well you micro it. Because they've only got 1 rack of missiles as well, it's not 2. So what he's going to do now is just leave these here. And so if the enemy does purchase a plane, then he will get double teamed by these, because the main issue with them is the range, right? They don't have the long range missile. Also, they die in 1 hit to Cubs, right? So that Hellarm gets the Vec there, the Gazelle rockets expend their complement of stuff. I'm not sure why he didn't smoke there, he could have just smoked, and he could have smoked on the Vec. He's one of the best players in the game, by the way. They both are. So, here you go. So here's your 2 vet thingy-mabob, right? As we spoke about in the deck review, he brings it at 2 vet, and that's a mistake. As you can see, it's just been evac'd there, and it's missing all its missiles anyway, and there's really no point in 2 vetting that. It's just a really bad idea. If you're a gambling man, it's still not worth it. So, yeah, in the meantime, Blue has taken this. While we've not been looking over here, Red has taken Bravo, and he's coming around to Golf as well. You'll notice Finn didn't bring his Abrams through Golf, so he just didn't cap that, which was obviously really dumb. And I mean, what? You're coming over here anyway, why not just drive through this? Clearly a mistake was made, right? And we spoke in the deck review about how he's brought... he's getting a lot of value out of this Hellarm. But yeah, the gay boy could have killed it before. If it comes out now, it'd get shot, right? But this needs to smoke, right? But he's looking over here, you can tell, because that's, things are happening. But there you go, he does smoke. Pissy B probably survived the Gay Boy. This one didn't. And yeah, he didn't bring any AA, so now it's Nighthawk time. So he's got that to look forward to. The thing is, it's quite obvious that Blue can't see anything here, otherwise he would have blown one up already. The Harriers have been evac'd, but so was the enemy plane. And this meat gets in here, which is great, but he didn't cap his own +2, so... So, yeah, this should kill both... it should get 2 kills, right? So there's one, and... yeah, there's like no AA anywhere around here, so... I suppose he could go on that if he wants, but yeah, here we go, next plane's out, so is this just gonna die? It should just die, because there's no AA to save it. And it has got 0% ECM, so, well, yeah, there it goes, man. There's no way this survives. Yeah, there you go, it dies. And the next one might die as well, so... This guy's still got 2 missiles. Why didn't he evac this? What the hell's going on? So, in the meantime, the Fusiliers Mando are fighting it out. Harrier against C-15. And, yeah, looks like this Nighthawk probably going to die. Yeah, because it's got 0% ECM, so... I don't understand why he didn't evac that. Thought the Harrier would beat this. It's a 260-point jet. It's literally twice the speed. Well, okay, that's an exaggeration. So yeah, this is pretty comedic game. I gotta tell you, like, these are all gonna die now because the 50 cars are gonna kill them all. And the Gay Boy's there. And so he's not finished capping this. I assume this Mando's is gonna go down eventually. But he didn't... I don't understand why he didn't just cap Golf and Echo on his way past. He was coming this way, and now he's bought 2 separate CVs to cap something that is in a line. And they're 100 points each. So... This is crazy. It doesn't make any sense. I would argue that both of these guys are better than me at the game. And so... Like, Suojeluskunta has better mechanical skill than me, it's just he only plays shit divs. And Griffin only plays meta, so... and yeah, I don't understand this at all. It just doesn't make any sense. Why'd he buy 2? Was he scared of? I suppose this might kill one, right? But yeah, and he lost his Nighthawk. It's a disaster. Yeah, he can't get up in here. Griffin's on that +5. It's a pretty Jova looking game. That Alouette's gonna die. There's no way this Vab makes it in, right? The Milan's... Yeah, and now he's minimum ranged. They just can't shoot him. Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. They'll get him. This Milan 2 died to that. As will that Bedford, presumably. This Vab should get in. But, like, yeah, he keeps having to use the helos to spot, but that's just killing him. And now he's buying some Minstrels, which, okay... I suppose it stops the fighters getting back over here, but all he's got is a Nighthawk, which will be back in about 6 minutes. It's not a bad place for a Milan 2, but it can't actually shoot down the road because there's a big bloody thing in the way, so that's actually a terrible spot. Look how bad that is! The whole front is blocked by this. You've got a building like that on Hesse as well. It's the same building complex as the one on Hesse in the middle. One of the zones has that. So here's the C-15. The double Harrier might be a match for it. But you'll notice he's just staying away from it because they're so slow, right? That he can just... And he outranges them. So if he micros it properly, they'll never be able to get it. He should just turn around, fling a missile, and turn back around. And he should be fine. So that Mando's went down. And Griffin is only on a +2. So it's looking pretty Jova for Blue. It was really a killer mistake, not capping Golf and Echo. So now he's coming up here. This is a heat gun. That's why it's bad, because it only does 1 damage against this. And the closer he gets, it still only does 1 damage. This, on the other hand, will kill him. So we got the triple Harrier attack. They're just not going for the... What is happening? There's your 2-vet one. Wow, I bring my fighter at 2-vet. Well, yeah. See how well that went for him as he bounces off the ground there. So yeah, the Harriers are getting evac'd, and this is still up. To be honest, he could have killed the Harrier with that if he just right-clicked it, because he was coming in on the side, he would have been fine. Oh, I see what's happening here. So this has the heat round. The thing is, this guy, why isn't he right-clicking this? I don't understand. He could obviously see it because he was shooting it. And now he's coming in, but he's still. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Uh, so this should clean this up no problem, and this will even the tick. So, like, what is Griffin doing in the meantime? I suppose he just keeps buying planes, right? And that's why. And for whatever reason he bought these, I suppose for the hell arms. But yeah, the AT plane micro is really not on point here because he could just be killing this, but well now he can't see it again. So he could have just brought this over here, but he didn't do that. So yeah, he's just never in the right place to get a shot off because he would kill it. He would one-shot it because it's lost some HP. So right, this should just right-click that Harrier. It will just kill it. Okay. Oh, but it will fire its... No, it still didn't have vision because this guy's in the wrong place. If he'd been there, it would have had vision, and it would have just lobbed one on its way out. It gets out, the minstrels, you know, shoot into the air. There is a CV in here, but... I mean, what a crazy situation. He's not even got any recon with it, he's just driving it around. He did have a Sonderwagen for this, it must have died. Maybe the vet killed it. Because yeah, the Sonderwagen with this would be a good idea. Yeah, so he's trying to... I suppose he needs to kill this, but he doesn't know what's in there. He might have AT. He's playing very ballsly, if that's a word. Okay, yeah, he's just going straight in. Whatever, why not? So, yeah, I mean, that's the expected outcome, I suppose. This does not have the range to shoot that. He is being careful, though. You'll notice he didn't just fast path it in. That was the truck it came in. It's got smoke. It could just pop its smoke and run away. Finn's on a +3. I'm not sure how that's happened, really. I mean, what a nightmare. The thing is, once you get to here, it's really hard for them to get back in, because it's just a big open field. It's the same on this side. I mean, there's a bit here, but it is kind of the same. I prefer the... Well, I don't know. I mean, the blue side's better in mid. But I think the red side is better in echo. So, yeah, Gazelle rockets, because remember, he only bought 4 at the start, so those were the last 2. The Harriers just keep coming up. They're 4 per card. The idea is, like, if you're playing against an Eyehawk division or a Cub division, they just die straight away, because they get one-shot by those items, and they're very slow, and, you know, the other guys have a lot of range. But against Spanish, you got to rely on the fighters, and indeed he has had fighters. He's just been kind of outplayed by these slow, not very good jets. So I'm not sure what he's doing here, just trying to spot targets for this by feeding, but he didn't even give this an order, so it's not actually done anything. So I'm not sure about that at all, really. So yeah, Mando in here, but this is the heat one, which means the penetration does not increase with decreased distance. But so are these. So double Harrier is going to beat this, right? Oh, the classic 7-shot, 1-hit moment. Okay. And yeah, the EM2 gets one-shot by Milan 2. The Sublade does not, because it's got the ERA. So it's effectively 11 armor. It's lost armor, though. It's lost HP, though. But yeah, these are all going to do 1 damage to each other, which is going to be really exciting. Oh, that's a bit more. I suppose the armor's not there, but yeah, if this was a kinetic round at that distance, they'd one-shot each other, basically. It would do more. So now we've got a help beacon. He's driving into the Harrier again. And this also has missiles, and that's there, and that's 2 there. And now, somehow, Suojeluskunta is now on a +6. How on earth did that happen? This was like game, set, and match. It was completely sorted. He had it. He was in goal, right? He had the line onto Echo and stuff, right? He had all Bravo and so on. Like, admittedly, you couldn't get back in here, but you don't have to. You just, you know, you've got Delta, so you can keep going this way. Berlin Rifles kill a Sublier, which is an expensive loss, especially given that he brings them at 2 vet, so this is his last one. There's effectively 6 side armor, so I believe this one-shot's 6 armor. Yeah, because it's 20 AP, same as a Conquer's. The issue, of course, is that a Conquer's shows up in yellow, whereas this shows up in blue. And that is really... makes it kind of hard to keep these things in your head, but there it is. So we got a Milan 2 with 1 bullet left, which can one-shot this, because it's not the Sublier. This is the Sublier, chilling out. He can definitely see it because of this, but I think he needs some Humvee TOW 2s. I suppose Berlin Rifles for the close range, but he needs a Humvee TOW 2 over here because that could also go here and, you know, help out. And, well, he's got 2 CVs, but, like, no smoke. I don't know, I mean, he's completely tilted. You can tell by what he's doing. He's just driving forwards in a straight line. He's not thinking clearly. Because, you know, if he got some smoke and so on, like, he can still come in this way and take it this way, but he's tilted. So, my psychological analysis for you. Either that or he's just suddenly become an idiot, right? Which he is not, so... So yeah, he's panic buying planes and he's kind of just driving down mid. I mean, admittedly, he's only got 4 minutes to sort this out, and it's getting worse all the time. But yeah, this is at 2 there. He's had so many kills. He's vetted up, and the hell arms here. But yeah, the Berlin Rifles will just kill these with the Lor 80s. The Hellarms don't really have an angle, but yeah, he needs a Humvee TOW 2 there. That's a nice spot for it, because they can't shoot back with their... oh, here, I suppose. They can't shoot back with their gun range, like they're not in gun range. Obviously, it's like, well, why don't you have infinite points? But I think it would be more useful than a CEV in this case, and it would cost the same, so... So we got Pissy B coming on the left, so we now know why this is here. It did take a weird route, but something shot it, so it's interesting. And now it's going to go up to a plus... Okay, there's the surrender. What a crazy game. How did that happen?
So we got Suojeluskunta with the Yakuza.
Oh, that's him! Oh no, it's this. There's also somebody else with Japanese characters in the top 10. I think that might be Nocturna. And this is Griffin, rank 19. 92.5% win rate, right? And yeah, what a bizarre game. I'm actually going to go back and watch that again. Not on the recording, right? I'll just watch my own recording, because that was such a strange game. Like, absolute mega mind with that beep. And the AT plane kept coming, and then he would kill the thing that was spotting him, and then it would just fly over and take another pass, and he'd kill another one, and it'd fly over again. Because if that had died, obviously he wouldn't have been able to just take 2 zones, so... Or 3 zones, because he took Bravo, the middle one, and the one on his side, the +2. He took all 3 of those zones with that meep, just driving it into everything and killing it. Really wacky game, man. But yeah, it's a shame they reset the ranked counter, because, like, yeah, he's had a lot of Berlin Command games, but it was very much in the past. He plays Rugener now. Anyway, I'll see you around. GG.